Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can use PyTorch with the GPU backend. So I'll be showing you how you can connect your PyTorch with the WSL2. So I'll be showing you the whole process, how you can install NVIDIA Windows driver, how you can install Microsoft C++ drivers, and thereafter how you can create your Ubuntu WSL, and then finally how you can install the Anaconda, and then I'll be showing you how you can install the PyTorch with the CUDA softwares, and then finally I'll be showing you various ways to test your GPU with the CUDA. Here I'll be showing you various ways how you can connect your Windows with the WSL2. So it has been quite fearful for the newcomers that how to use the WSL, and I only know how to work with the Windows, I don't know how to work with the WSL. So these kind of the question comes a lot with the newcomers or new data scientists. So rest assured, it is pretty much good WSL. So bringing the WSL on the Windows have made a lot of things quite simpler, because there were many libraries in the data science where those library runs on only Ubuntu environments or the Linux environment. So with this, what happens here, you create your software backend on the WSL, but you do your coding on the Windows itself. So you don't need to code like the Linux coder or the Ubuntu coder. So you work perfectly like Windows coder works. Only thing here, this backend system, this what you have, your Jupyter kernel, or you can say the Python kernel, that Python kernel is installed on the WSL, and only you connect your Python kernel on the WSL. That's all you have to do, and the rest of the things you have to do on Windows itself. For example, this is the example which I'll be showing you here. Now you notice here that this particular VS Code I opened on my Windows, but it is connected with the WSL. Now you see this code and all these things, it is sitting here inside my download code here. Alright, so you don't need to worry about that, how to work with the WSL. I don't know how to work with WSL. Nothing. Okay, so it is one time process only. You have to do this setup only once, and thereafter you don't need to touch it at all. Whenever you feel that you want to install any software in the WSL environment, it is pretty much straightforward. Wherever you are, let's say you have opened your VS Code in Windows environment, you need to come here, open your terminal, and once you open your terminal here, by default it opens here in the PowerShell mode, right? You need to just come here, you have to just select here the WSL mode. Whatever software you want to install, just install those software. That's all you have to work. Alright, let's say I want to install here the Pandas or the Torch or whatever the software I want to install. Alright, and thereafter you just need to connect your kernel with this one. Alright, so this is enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started with the installation of these softwares one by one, and then finally I'll show you how it works here. You will be getting final results something like this. Alright, let's go ahead. Alright, so the first thing first, let's go ahead and get started with NVIDIA Windows driver installation. You see, if you want to work with GPU on Windows, you have to have here NVIDIA Windows driver. So this Windows driver will automatically pass to the WSL. So in WSL you don't need to install this driver separately. So for Windows you have to install this driver. Along with that, you have to also make sure that you have Microsoft Visual C++ compiler. So these two things we are going to see. Thereafter you need to create your WSL2. So we will install here Ubuntu, and thereafter we will set our default WSL2 as Ubuntu, and then we will update our Ubuntu and upgrade it. Alright, these things, once these things are done, thereafter we will check our nvidia-smi on Windows as well as on WSL. So at both places I'll show you these NVIDIA driver, basically NVIDIA GPU will be detected. That will be detected there. Thereafter we'll install the Anaconda, then the PyTorch, and thereafter we will see how the PyTorch is using GPU. Alright, so the first of all, you need to come here at Microsoft. There you have to install as per your machine. If you have ARM or 86 or 64 version, so you have to install this C++ compiler. Once you install this once you download and install this C++ compiler, thereafter you need to come to here nvidia.com enus driver, and here you have to select your GPU, whatever GPU and operating system you are using. Based on that, you have to download this software. Alright, so this software is like 500 to 600 MB. It will take a little bit time. So here you have game ready driver. So this particular driver you need here, you need to click on a view, and thereafter you need to download this driver. Alright, so this driver is going to be downloaded here. It will take some time. Alright, so it took a little bit time to download. Download is done. Now you can double click on this and then you can install. Similarly, I have already installed our C++ compiler. Now I'm installing my NVIDIA driver. Do remember, this driver you need to install on Windows machine, and thereafter it will automatically go to your WSL. So basically this Windows link this driver to the WSL. Alright. So this is currently getting extracted here. Once extraction is done, then it will install. Now you see here installation has started here. Now you just need to click on agree and the continue, and thereafter you can go ahead with the express mode. Alright, so my installation is being done. Once installation is finished, then I'll continue this video. Alright, so installation is done. Let's go ahead and check nvidia-smi. So as I told you here, this is the nvidia-smi. With this we can check our GPU, if our GPU is getting detected by our Windows operating system or not. Alright, so first of all, your GPU should be detected by your operating system itself before it is detected by PyTorch. So here nvidia-smi, with this you can see here our GPU is getting detected here. So currently I'm using RTX 2060 GPU, and here is the driver version. So all of these things now you can see here, it is working perfectly fine. So the first part is done. Now it is time to install WSL2 on Windows. It is pretty much simple and straightforward. Here you have to just write your WSL install Ubuntu. It is like this only. So I just copy this and thereafter I paste it here, WSL install Ubuntu. It is going to install Ubuntu on my Windows. It will take a little bit time. Alright, so once Ubuntu is installed, seems like I already have Ubuntu. So it downloaded Ubuntu and thereafter it tried to install, but it could not install because I have already installed the Ubuntu. Anyway, so I assume that you have installed this, and thereafter you need to set here the default WSL, that is going to be Ubuntu here. In case if you have a multiple WSL or you have a Docker as well there, so sometimes WSL connect with the Docker. Just to make sure that it works with the correct WSL, you need to make sure that you select here default as the Ubuntu. Thereafter we need to update and upgrade our WSL. So before that you have to write here the WSL so that you can enter into the WSL mode. Alright, so I need to go inside the WSL. So now you can see here I'm inside the Ubuntu. Now I'm going to run here sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade y. Do remember, the first time if you write here WSL after installation, you have to set your username and the password. Alright, once you set that, thereafter you would be able to see a screen something like this. Once you have that, then you have to update it and also you have to upgrade it. Let's go ahead and upgrade this. So I'm going to enter my password here. Yes, everything here up to date, everything got updated. So we are done with the WSL. Let's go ahead and check the NVIDIA-smi. If NVIDIA-smi is getting detected here as well, I'm going to check it here with NVIDIA-smi. I can see driver version 577, what we had seen on our Windows. So this says that here, whatever we installed on Windows, that got connected with the WSL2 as well. Once that part is done, now we are going to install here Anaconda. So I'm going to select here the latest version of the Anaconda. You need to come here if you want to select the latest one. So you can come here Anaconda download. Thereafter you have to select here Ubuntu for the download. Let me just check here. Where is that? Yep, here it is, free download, skip registration. Then you have to select here the Linux one. Alright, in the Linux one, either you can download it directly from here. You have this one. So basically you need to get the link from here just to download this. If I just copy and paste that link, I can get this particular link here. Alright, so this is the latest link. You can use this link with the wget, or you can use this with the curl, whatever you select. So I'm going to select here with the curl request. So I come here and thereafter I just paste it here. Alright, so before that, one more thing. Currently I'm in my user directory Lakshmi. So what I'll do here, I'll go inside the downloads so that I can download it into download instead in main user directory. Thereafter I'm just going to download it here using the curl request. So it will take a little bit time to finish this download. Alright, so the download is done. Now it is time to install this download. So I'm gonna start with the bash. So I just write here the bash and the name of the software which I just downloaded. It says that no directory found. Let me just check it here if it is downloaded. Yep, here it is. So I can see it here. Okay, seems like name mismatch has happened here. Okay, so how can I check this? I can just write here ls and thereafter I see this is the name which is actually downloaded. So I write here bash and then enter. I accept it. Yes. Alright, this is going to be the home directory here where this Anaconda is going to be installed. I just run this. Yes, now you can see here Anaconda is installed. Once you have your Anaconda installed, thereafter you need to activate your Anaconda. So this is the one-time process which you have to do here, source bash rc, so that this Anaconda can be loaded here with the fresh setting. Once that part is done, if that part fails, then you can run this one, otherwise it is perfectly fine. Once that part is done, now you can check here the Python version currently which is installed here. So you see here the Python version currently we are having here 3.12.3. Alright, so I'm just going to exit with this one. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to install our PyTorch. The one thing you also notice here that either you can create here a new environment using these methods. Let's say you want here Python 3.12. Otherwise, if you don't want to create a new environment, then you can install in the current environment itself. Alright, in fact, seems like base is not activated. So I need to check here Conda activate base actually. Seems like Conda is not getting recognized as of now. So what I'll do here, I'm just going to reload this again. So I'm just going to come out of my WSL and then I go inside the WSL. Thereafter I check here if Conda is loaded. So seems like the Conda is not getting loaded. So I have to activate it again. Alright, so I do something like this. Now it says that okay, everything is up to date here. Then I exit out of this WSL and thereafter I write here WSL again. I should be able to see here the base environment. Thereafter if I check my Python, now I have Python 3.13.5. So this is the latest one. Earlier which I had shown you, that was not the correct one. Once I have my base environment, either you can create here a new environment or you can install the PyTorch in that particular environment itself. So what I do here, I come here PyTorch, thereafter I select here the build version which I want to install here, and then I select here the Linux, then I select here the pip, Python, and then the CUDA version which I want to use here. So let's say I select here the 12.6. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do here to install this. Alright, so this is the command here which I need to install. Otherwise I can select here this one, or any of these. Alright, so let's say I use this particular, then it is going to install this here. So I come here inside this base. Thereafter I'm just going to run pip3 install torch vision and the torch audio. Do remember, this is going to install with the CUDA version 12.6. If you select any other version, then it will also install the CUDA 11.8 or CUDA 12.8, whatever you select. For this one, seems like I already had this one here. That is why it is not installing. those CUDA. Let me just check that if I have that here with the WSL nvidia-smi CUDA version. Currently I have 12.9 here. Okay, so anyway, seems like it will install it separately while installing this. Once installation is done, then we will check this. Okay, so as I told you earlier that it is downloading here Torch, and seems like it has already downloaded CUDA here, or this particular CUDA version 12.6. These were already present here. You see there the CUDA, all these versions, seems like these versions were present here in the cache system, so it is utilizing those versions directly here. Perfect. Now you check here, all necessary installation is done, including NVIDIA CUDA softwares as well. So now we come back here. One thing I wanted to tell you here, I had shown you CUDA 11.8. So whatever you select, that will work. I would advise you to go with the website version. Thereafter, it is time to check with our GPU. Check with the Python whether our GPU is getting recognized by PyTorch or not. So I select here the Python. Thereafter, I copy paste my code here, and then I should be able to see our GPU. Perfect. So here it says that CUDA available, yes, and I wanted to see the GPU type. It says that NVIDIA 2060. Congratulations, we have got it. Let's go ahead and check with this particular version if we can check it here. So what I do here, I exit so that I can come here, and then I run here the Python torch grep CUDA. So I should be able to see all the details here. Now here it says that the CUDA build currently we are having 12.6, and the CUDA is available here, and this is the runtime here. So all these things, you see everything we have available here. Now our PyTorch is ready to work with the CUDA. Perfect. Now this is time to test it with some code, with VS Code basically. So currently we are inside our Lakshmi directory. I go inside the downloads, and here I make one directory, let's say coding. Then I go inside the coding. Now if you check this coding, you will notice here that this coding directory is now being made here inside the download folder. So this is the beauty of this WSL here. So WSL Python code only gets executed in the WSL environment, and the rest of the things you can do with your Windows environment itself. So this is what we have currently. If I modify the name of this particular, let's say just like code here. Now if you notice here, the name should be changed here. I need to just go back here, and thereafter ls, you will notice here now it becomes here code here. All right, so everything is here synced here. Your WSL and the Windows, both environments are synced here. Thereafter, I need to open my VS Code. So you just need to write here code and the dot. It will open your VS Code. VS Code will open in that particular directory. That was the code here. You will notice there. And if I create here any notebook, let's say something like this, I'm going to create this notebook, and then I'm just going to save this here with the name PyTorch coding, and then I just save it here. And the code which I had tested there, I'm going to copy this code from here, and then I'm going to run this code here. All right, so you see here import. Now I need to select my kernel here. You need to click on there, and then there. Thereafter, we have to select our kernel. Now you will notice here which kernel is ours. All right, so this is our kernel. What you see here, Anaconda 3 bin Python. This is our kernel. This kernel, what you see here, this is the Windows one. All right, you have here mntc users Anaconda 3. So where you see there the username, all these things, these are actually the Windows one, and this one is the ours. All right, so you select there, and thereafter you just run it. You should be able to check it here. Now you notice here your PyTorch is using CUDA, and also our GPU is getting detected here. The another thing you will notice here, when we open our VS Code, you will notice it is connected here with the WSL. Now let's go ahead and close this, and I'm going to close this as well. I'm just going to show you a new way to open this. So you need to come here. Let's say here is your code, and this particular code you want to run with the WSL backend. So you just need to come here, and thereafter open it into a VS Code. All right. So if you open it with the VS Code, you will notice here. So you will notice here nothing is shown here. All right, earlier it seems like I had shown you, but it was not captured. So currently you don't have anything here. So if it is first time for you, then you have to install here the WSL as well. So come here in extension, then you need to click on the WSL, install this WSL. Thereafter you would be able to connect your VS Code with the WSL. Click on connect to the WSL. Thereafter you would notice here it will connect with the WSL. Alright, now you see your VS Code is connected with the WSL. Now it is time to open that particular directory. So you need to come here, open folder. Inside the open folder, now you have here Anaconda 3 and this one. So you need to go here. Alright, so inside this one, then you need to go here MNT and then C. Alright, so inside the C, thereafter your username, you need to go to username. Where is this? Users, and then there is my user, that is the Lakshmi, and thereafter I have to go inside the downloads. Seems like it is a little bit tedious process, alright, to open it. So this is the path currently, alright, and then you just need to click on OK. So with this you will notice our PyTorch coding notebook is opened here with the WSL backend. Although your code is currently sitting here in your Windows environment itself, it's not there, it's not in WSL, but this environment, this coding system is using the WSL backend here. Alright, you just simply run this. If you want to open the terminal here, so you can open the terminal as well. So you will notice this terminal automatically opens up here in the WSL mode. And other thing I wanted to show you, let's say if you open your VS Code in Windows mode only, because it is not connected here currently with the WSL, and you want to utilize your WSL, then how would you do that? You come here, open your terminal, let's say. So your terminal is opened here. Currently by default it opens here in PowerShell mode, but you can click on here and thereafter you will see Ubuntu WSL mode. With this you will notice here it is opened in WSL mode here. Now you can go inside your downloads directory, alright, and then inside the code directory, and if you want to open your fresh VS Code here, you just write here code space and one dot there, it will open your code in this particular directory there. Alright, so a new window will be open. Let's say if I close this and if I try to open it here, so a new window will be opened there. I hope that now this is pretty much clear to you. Now all the confusion have gone, how to connect this Windows with the WSL2, how to use this WSL2. For the newcomers, it is quite fearsome how to use this WSL with the Windows. This is very tedious process, all these things. So don't worry about those things. Alright, I hope that this helped you. If this helped you, please subscribe this channel, and if you have any doubt, please comment. I'll try to answer your doubts. Alright, bye bye, take care.